this summit is a signaling of coming together.
It's not all about profit, and I think this wonderful summit that's happened and everything that's been mentioned leads to higher returns, right? There's a stewardship here that is beyond economic gains.
If oppression and slavery is the other side of that, then it has to be opportunity and freedom. And I think for us to have that kind of dynamic here, we've got to balance it right. We've got to balance it with the great business leaders that are here, the nonprofit organizations, the people standing up and doing good things, and government leaders fulfilling a role and keeping it in a frame that works and that makes it work appropriately.
The governor was just talking about the amount of companies that have been sold in the state and the amount of people who have tremendous amount of wealth now in the state. I mean, when you look at that prosperity and then you tie it to the growth that we're experiencing in Utah County, those are all things that we need to plan for and that we need to make sure that are integrated as you look at Utah County projected to double over the next 20 years.
How does prosperity interact with growth? They're pretty inseparable.
Ultimately, the good of the business and the nonprofits and the government interactions is going to show up in that individual happiness that's enabled because of them.
It's not up to us to decide what success looks like, but it's up to us to create a climate that people are able to define what that means for them.
I think about our demographics, our geography, and our intention to have a thriving economy and a thriving community.
You can get any degree that you're looking for within this compact area.
Start at the foundation is to getting them connected to those skills and those opportunities before they even leave high school.
If employees want to go back to work, they want to change their skill set, they want to come back and upgrade, I mean, the sky's the limit.
Employers need to be reaching into our educational system much earlier. Having a better trained workforce and kids who are exposed to a lot of different economic opportunities at an earlier age.
The great thing about this community is people want to come in and help. There's no shortage of people who want to impact young people's lives.
To keep them here, there's got to be opportunity, because too many times we were educating here and then they were going somewhere else because there was not some place to land.
Investing in quality of life, which means quality schools, housing, transportation, mobility is really, really important too.
If we have connectivity, then we can move the goods and services around.
A lot of the things that we have right now are because of things that people did 20 and 30 years ago. When you look at the water that we have, that's because of CUP that was created a long time ago. So making sure that we're keeping those right conditions for 20 or 30 years from now will be important. So making sure we're putting in those infrastructure items and then making sure that we have the right conditions for business and so people can be successful.
But it's so important for us to actually come together as a community to set forth a vision that is one of prosperity, that is one where individuals, families, and communities can thrive, and that we recognize if we don't do that, come together, coalesce around a shared vision, and make some of the hard trade-off decisions, that we won't achieve that goal.
Well, it's tempting to try to lure a company in with a kind of one-off opportunity of like, oh, we'll cut your tax rates for a while. I think that it may be a better and kind of more reassuring to a business to say, you live in a low tax state. You live in a place where we have these rules that apply to everyone. Don't look for a special deal. Look for a good deal for everyone, because you'll know that we'll still be here year after year after year.
Let's make sure that we're learning from the summit, bringing this together and thinking about our future.